Hey y'all, we're getting ready to start this engagement shoot. We are at Union Station in DC. My couple, they got all dressed, they look great, fantastic. And we are going to try to see what we can finagle on the inside because there are very strict restrictions as far as masks and things like that in Union Station. Don't ask for permission, just apologize. So they stop us or what have you. I already talked that over with the client so they're not taken by surprise. But it's all good, and we came early. We walked around so that we can scope out the place, look at different places that we want to shoot, get our little spots in mind, shots in mind, and then leave that open space of being spontaneous and creative as well. But we're prepared, but we are also prepared to be creative and see what we can find along the way. So we're excited. We want to get this done.
What's up, YouTube? We are back for another episode on my channel, except this time we have no sound for the behind the scenes because I accidentally did not record and found out halfway through this session. So
this location was too pretty to have throwaway shots.
So there's that. I'm so glad you guys came back. I do have sound. I'm just going to be doing it a little differently this week for the behind the scenes of this engagement session in Washington, D.C. at Union Station and I don't know what memorial that was, but yeah, the memorial. Fun fact, I'm actually from D.C. and never been to a memorial before. So anyways, here we are with Paige and Jeremy, and we are here getting ready to do a session. I am a stickler for composition. I always look for shapes and things that I can put them in between to make a dynamic picture. So yes, that was me scooching them over to the left because I am meticulous. And here I am. I'm going to use my feet to zoom in and zoom out because I am working on a 35 Sigma. So you'll see me going in and then I'll back up and take another shot for a wider shot. I love environmental shots on the 35 1.4. It's my fave. Right here, you can't see what's in my hand, but I actually have a cell phone in my hand and I'm going to reflect the top of the image onto the bottom of the image. And I usually don't show pictures, but they were super nervous and I wanted them to be super comfortable and confident. So now we're going to go to the place that I scoped out, one of the places I scoped out before we started shooting. I went around and picked out all the places that we would go to. But you'll see I'm coming around this corner to make sure that I clear out my canvas so that there's not anything during post that I will be like, oh man, I wish I moved that. I thought this light on the wall was interesting, but I don't know, it was okay. But I'm gonna say something really stupid right here to make them laugh, and it gives for some good images to make them smile without it being like stuffy. I love these grays. We're just on the opposite side. The lighting was more pleasing on this side, so I switched it up. And I think it's super important to take pictures of the individual. They have their own personality and style and flair, and I love to showcase that. So instead of making him come over and do his next, I just added him to the equation. There's less movement around. Have him come nuzzle in real close. And get some intimate portraits right here, and then I'm going to tell her to move on out when it is his turn, and it just makes it an easier transition. So you see him here, you kind of hype the guys up, you tell them act like they in a GQ magazine, they eat it up, they love it, and they come out real good. So like I said earlier, I went and scoped out all the places that I wanted to be, and this hallway was it for me, honey, okay? So I put them in the middle so that we can make a dynamic picture. I have them walk to me because walking again is something that makes them very comfortable. It's effortless and cute. And then we move on to the next location. Remember, scope out your locations before you start your session. Now, as soon as we got over here, I already knew I was going to use this cut lighting, okay? I usually have them face upwards towards the light and always have them close their eyes so that they're not blinded by the light. And then, of course, I switch it up and have her look downwards as well. But you just want to make sure that they're not blinding themselves when you do this. And again, we're here, we're trying to make sure that we have good composition. This whole area right here, I had to move those gates out the way to get these shots because they were definitely closed off. But like I said, you don't ask for permission, you say sorry later. Here's a great example of a spontaneous shot. I saw this little scooter over here, don't know who owns it, don't care, but what we was fitting to do was catch a moment with this because it fit the aesthetic and the vibe of the shoot, giving us little Italy vibes. So yes, and of course, like I said before, do not be afraid of shooting down upwards as long as it's flattering. And we are off to the last location inside of Union Station. I had to shoot in this room. I never see anyone shooting in this room. It is so dope. So for the blurry on purpose photo, you just have them walk towards you and put it on a lower shutter speed with a higher aperture and you get this effect. Now that the couple is feeling comfortable, I bring them back to the grand room because the shapes and symmetry and compositions are so crazy, so good out here, and the lighting is fairly decent out here. So we come back out here to get some more shots.
I'm so nervous, I will not lie. When I'm nervous about a shoot, it's a good feeling nervous. Like, not nervous that they're doing anything wrong, not nervous that I'm doing anything wrong. It's just like, man, I really hope that I'm getting this across, the vision of that I have in my heart or my mind, that it's coming across right. And so it makes me push a little harder. So in the beginning, I always call those crap shoots. You know, your couple, they're trying to get used to you, they're trying to get to know you, they're nervous. So it's a lot going on. They got this camera in their face, they don't do this often. So it takes the first 15 minutes, I would say, are basic photos, your have-to photos, and my throwaway photos. So I wanted to come back inside at the end because I wanted to make sure that I got them at their best, feeling good and feeling confident, which usually happens towards the end of the shoot. So this location was too pretty to have throwaway shots.
So now we're off to the Jefferson Memorial. I now know the name, haha. To get some shots. What she loved the most is the grand feeling of this place, so I try to get that in the photos. Again, having them walk makes it very comfortable, and having them sit is very comfortable as well. Make sure you go in close for those more intimate feels. Now you better know at a memorial it's going to be super busy, so it takes a bit in post. But that's super easy, especially if you have the people walking behind them, they disappear. Well, we reached the end. That's all I got for y'all. So